Nice try.
We're going to turn now to that ABC News exclusive, the OJ Simpson tapes. Never seen before, they show the depositions for his civil trial. And for the first time, we hear Simpson's chilling testimony about his relationship with his ex-wife, Nicole. 2020 anchor Elizabeth Vargas here with the stunning video. Good morning, Elizabeth.
Good morning, George. These tapes were locked away for 20 years in an underground storage facility, gathering dust. That is until film producers for LMN and A&E unearthed them. Tonight on 2020, we have a first look at those long-lost video depositions, watching OJ Simpson under oath, answering the tough questions he managed to avoid in the criminal trial.
Good morning, Mr. Simpson. My name is Daniel Petruccelli. I represent plaintiff Frederick Goldman in this lawsuit against you.
This is a first look at long-lost videotapes. O.J. Simpson, in his own words. The culmination of a media frenzy which had started with the 1994 murders of O.J. Simpson's ex-wife Nicole and her friend Ron Goldman.
The body of 34-year-old Nicole Brown Simpson, ex-wife of O.J. Simpson, was found after midnight.
There was that infamous low-speed Bronco chase.
This is AC. I have O.J. in the car. He's still alive, but he got a gun to his head.
The arrest of the football superstar.
Here's the car pulling into the driveway.
And the trial that captivated the world.
If it doesn't fit, you must acquit.
O.J. Simpson was acquitted of murder in a verdict that polarized the nation.
We, the jury, in the above entitled action, find the defendant, Orenthal James Simpson, not guilty of the crime of murder.
This is never-before-seen video of an impromptu celebration at Simpson's house.
Yes! Yes!
Here he is, hugging best friend and Bronco driver A.C. Cowling. But those celebrations were short-lived. The victim's family sued Simpson for wrongful death in civil court. So he's in the civil case. Is it, what, an annoyance that he's back here having to do this again?
It's not just an annoyance. For the first time, he has to testify. In the criminal case, you can say, I'm not going to testify. In a civil case, you don't have that right. And that made the civil case totally different.
Now, for the first time, the long-lost exclusive video unearthed by filmmakers to be featured next week in 2 documentaries on A&E and LMN.
These are just some of the deposition tapes that were recorded on, as you can see, VHS.
Dan Petruccelli spent days hammering at O.J.'s tumultuous relationship with Nicole, grilling him on the photographs of her bruised and battered face.
You see those bruises on her face?
No.
You don't see anything?
No. I mean, I see this eye thing.
You don't think this picture reflects any bruising or injuries or marks on Nicole's face?
No, I don't.
What do you think this reflects?
I think it reflects doing a movie that we're doing, and we're doing makeup.
He said she was wearing makeup for a horror movie that they were.
He had so many explanations.
Filmmaker Lawrence Schiller helped uncover the forgotten deposition tapes. What do you see when you look at those tapes?
He's a damn good actor.
Eventually, Simpson admits to hurting Nicole, but won't say how.
Never struck anyone in their face, correct?
Correct.
And you never hurt your wife either, correct?
No, I hurt my wife, yes.
You never struck her with your hands, correct?
I never punched her, yes.
You had your fingers around her throat, correct?
I could have touched her neck, yes.
You mean you could have touched her? This was a violent episode, wasn't it?
It was, yes, it was.
His mantra was, I take full responsibility, as though this, this was an apology made on some press tour or something. We're in a legal proceeding.
But the key testimony was still to come. The killer of Nicole Brown and Ron Goldman left a key piece of evidence at the scene of the crime, a shoe print stamped in the victim's blood.
It was a size 12 shoe.
Simpson size. And the brand, Bruno Magli, only 299 pairs of that shoe in that size were ever sold in the United States. It's not a common shoe.
No.
Prosecutors in the criminal trial were never able to prove that Simpson owned those Bruno Magli shoes. Petruccelli questions him about it during the deposition.
Did you ever buy shoes that you knew were Bruno Magli shoes?
No, because I know if Bruno Magli makes shoes that look like the shoes they had in court that's involved in this case, I would have never worn those ugly shoes.
You thought those were ugly shoes?
Yes.
But then months later, a photograph emerges, first in the National Enquirer. O.J. Simpson wearing Bruno Magli shoes at a football game 9 months before the murders. Petruccelli brings Simpson back for another round of questions. Watch O.J.'s reaction.
And that is a picture of you looking at Exhibit 1, correct?
It appears to be me, yes.
Looking at the close-up of the shoes, do you believe that those were shoes that you owned at that time?
No.
Those ugly shoes I would never own. There you are.
His story was, well, yeah, that's me in the picture, but those are not my shoes.
By the time they went to trial, more than 30 more photos of Simpson wearing those shoes had emerged. After 41 days of testimony, the jury found Simpson responsible and awarded the victims' families $33.5 million.
We finally have justice for Ron and Nicole.
And that justice in civil court actually led to a prison sentence eventually in Las Vegas when Simpson was arrested years later for armed robbery, stealing memorabilia he claimed was his, trying to sell it on the black market to avoid paying the Goldmans.
Did they ever get any of the $33 million?
They have not collected a single penny, according to Fred Goldman, from OJ Simpson in this judgment. $33.5 million they were awarded. They were able to seize some assets like the Heisman Trophy that they were able to sell, but they were not able to collect anything directly from Simpson himself. He was in an underground cash market. And these tapes are extraordinary. Remember, this was the trial of the century. 95 million people watched that white Bronco case.
And his demeanor. It's not just what he's saying, but how he's saying it with no feeling whatsoever. And his expression when he saw that photograph of the shoes.
Right. It's extraordinary. You really will see a lot more tonight on 2020. He is at times arrogant. He's at times flippant. He's at times angry. And of course, you know, we got these deposition tapes through LMN and A&E, and there are two amazing documentaries coming up on September 30th on A&E, The Secret Tapes of the OJ Case, The Untold Story, and on LMN, we have OJ Speaks, The Hidden Tapes on October 1st. So those two documentaries coming up, but you'll get a first look tonight at 2020.
Tonight, that's right. So good to see you, Elizabeth. Good to have you here.
Thanks.
Tune in. Hidden Tapes tonight, 10 p.m. Eastern, right here.